Good evening. Welcome to the Muncie City Council special meeting. We're having a special hearing on ordinance number 1-26. You'll stand with me and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, again, this is a public hearing scheduled for ordinance number 1-26, which seeks additional appropriations. Is there anyone here to speak on that?
Pretty strict instructions up here. Speak into microphone. Hey, Dan Breidenauer, Mayor of Muncie. This first ordinance for 2026 is some additional appropriations for EDIT. As all of you know, from the press conference on, we had said that we were going to take $900,000 from EDIT, of what had been saved in previous years, and use that to help fund the general operations of the city. So when I went to the controller, he wouldn't let me do it the way I had hoped, which is just take $900,000 and move it into the general fund. He says you have to pick what you're paying. So I decided to use some things that I think, I'm not sure everybody's aware of, but I think most of these people were aware of. So last week's Board of Works, I signed another 3-year extension with the Muncie Arts and Culture Council. I pay them $10,000 per year. And that is for any operation expenses or program that they want. It's not restricted. So that's part of the $900,000. I've got on here a community center for $500,000. This is what we had talked about a couple of times in some of these meetings, but also at some neighborhood meetings. This is one that we're looking for on the south side and the industry neighborhood. So there's $500,000 set aside for that out of EDIT. I picked the $65,000 for fireworks. That may not be an exact figure. It was like $62,000, I think, last year. But I added in some inflationary costs. I don't know. We'll try and do it as the best price we can get. But that covers both Prairie Creek and downtown. So that's both. Also, at Wednesday's Board of Works, I'm signing a memorandum of understanding with the Hub. They are having some challenges funding everything that they need to do with the Muncie mission at the Hub. That is a key piece to everything that we do to help the homeless and those who need those services. So I offered to pay $125,000 a year starting this year. So we've got a document that'll be going to the Public Works on that on Wednesday. And then Muncie Community Schools, this is the 5th year that I have done this. I help support and fund the Family Navigators that started in Southside and have expanded into other areas as the school system was able to develop additional funding. But they asked me after 3 years, it was originally a 3-year document, they asked me if I could continue it, and with the results that we've seen with Muncie Community Schools and the increase in test scores and everything else, plus the important piece of information that the Family Navigators provide to the schools, I wanted to continue that on, so we signed on continuing that for $100,000 a year. I've done that every year now. This will be the 5th year. And then the YWCA, this is part of this is not to fund their operations, this is for their campaign, their capital campaign. I know Watasha has kind of she's announced it, but it's not full running, I think because of mainly the holidays, but they have a new facility they're working on, and this was the city putting in $500,000. This is the 4th of the 5 installments that I'm putting in to help with that capital campaign. When you add all those up, boy, I don't know how it works. It's just magic. Totals up to $900,000. So those will not be coming from what you already appropriated from the EDIT funds. These particular items will come from this additional appropriation if you approve this additional appropriation. So that's what it's about. I'll let it go for now, any public comments.
Any questions?
Unless there's a question.
I do.
We don't.
No,
No, we don't.
question.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, we can't ask questions on that.
TV.
Is there anyone else here that wishes to speak on this?
Yeah, Rick Yenser, newsman and author. I just became aware of this a couple days ago, although I think the legal notice was a couple weeks ago around Christmas. I've been around long enough to know about these little Christmas surprises, and it surprised me that there's still nearly $1 million in it just laying around that you are now being asked to appropriate, and I'll bet you pop that hardly any of you knew about this until you saw the legal ad or maybe the mayor said. Now, I'm grateful that you're helping the homeless because we were walking around a couple days ago. They're down under the bridge. They're out by the river. We work with other groups that have got help from the county to bring these people in for education, housing, and employment. But the hub, we were down there the other day, and it's slammed. Now, I know the mission's building houses across from their place down there at Memorial and Liberty. But they need more help because, again, they put people to work, they put them in the houses, and then they move them on. I'm not sure about Muncie Schools. They got their own money. They don't need any more money. Ball State runs it. And you know Ball State, the biggest employer, and spend $500 million a year. I don't know why we're funding that. But the community center, I hope you take this to task because, you know, there's still a lot of empty buildings down there. The old Garfield School, that used to be a community center but didn't work out very well. And now there's plenty of empty commercial buildings. But again, I'd like a lot more notice on things like this. You're the council. You spend the money. You appropriate it. He spends it, but you need to know more. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or concerns? No one? Okay. Well, we're gonna adjourn this meeting until our 7 o'clock regular meeting. All in favor?
Right.
Opposed? Adjourn.
just take the heat.
Okay, I mean, looky here.
Good evening and welcome to the first meeting of our 2026 year. As you know, we'll be doing reorganizations this evening. But right now, let's stand and say the pledge again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, remain standing, we'll have our invocation by Councilman McIntyre.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you today to give you the praise and the glory. Father God, we just thank you for this opportunity that we made it through a whole nother year, Father God, and you have blessed this council, you have blessed this community, and we just ask that you continue to bless us, Father God, and each one who is in here today and their families that they represent. And it's that we will open up our hearts and minds for all the business and transactions that may come forth. It's in Jesus Christ that I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Who's doing the citizen thing?
Okay, our citizens' recognition will be put off until next month due to the business not being open over the holidays. So we'll move on to roll call.
Mr. Dishman?
Present.
Ms. Selby?
Here.
Mr. McIntosh?
Present.
Mr. Green?
Here.
Ms. Powell?
Here.
Mr. Garrett?
Here.
Ms. Gullion?
Here.
Mr. Basham?
Here.
President Mason?
Here. Okay. Our 2026 reorganization is now open for nominations.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Jeff Green for president.
Okay.
I'd like to second that.
Okay, Jeff Green has been nominated for president, seconded by Councilman Selby.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would like to nominate you to continue on as president for 2026.
I second.
Okay. I've been nominated to serve a second term. Nomination made by Councilman Powell, seconded by Councilman McIntosh. Any other nominations? Okay, with that being said, nominations are closed. We'll do, how we want to do this.
Just say the name of, the last name of who you vote for when we call your name.
Okay,
Roll call.
roll call?
Green?
Green.
Garrett?
Green.
Dishman?
Green.
Basham?
Green.
McIntosh?
Mason.
Gullion?
Mason.
Selby?
Green.
Powell?
Mason.
President Mason?
Mason.
4 for Green, or 4 for Mason, 5 for Green.
Okay. And I'd just like to take this time to say that it was truly an honor for me to serve as your president this past year. I'd like to thank the council for putting their trust in me to serve as their counsel, and I'd like to thank the audience for your input, which is very important in these proceedings. With that being said, Mr. Green, I yield the gavel. And you can continue with the election.
Gotta move all your stuff, mate.
You're fine. No, you're fine. I don't.
Back it. Okay.
We're good.
continue with the reorganization, do we have nominations for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Del Basham for vice president.
I'd like to second that.
Any other nominations?
Yes, I would like to nominate Nora Powell as vice president.
I'll second it.
Let's do roll call.
Mr. Basham?
Basham.
Mr. Garrett?
Basham.
Ms. Selby?
Basham.
Mr. Dishman?
Basham.
Mr. McIntosh?
Powell.
Ms. Powell?
Powell.
Mr. Green?
Basham.
Ms. Gillian?
Powell.
Mr. Mason?
Powell.
5 for Basham, 4.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll open nominations for the reading secretary at this time.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Roe Selvey.
I'll second that. Any others?
I'd like to nominate Sarah Gillian.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Ms. Powell?
Gillian.
Ms. Selby?
Selby.
Ms. Gillian?
Gullion.
Mr. Garrett?
Selby.
Mr. McIntosh?
Goya.
Mr. Basham?
Selvey.
Mr. Dishman?
Selvey.
Mr. Green?
Selvey.
Mr. Mason?
Gillian.
5 for Selby, 4 for Gillian.
Push it up.
Thank you so much.
At this time, we'd like to thank our legal counsel that we had for many years, Dan Gibson. We appreciate his service
Yes.
and all that he's done. However, he does not wish to be retained at this time. So we're looking for nominations at this time for legal counsel for the council. Do we have any nominations?
Mr. President, I would like to nominate Arnold Law Offices, specifically Mr. Jagan Arnold, to be our legal counsel.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none, we'll do roll call.
Ms. Gillian?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes.
Mr. Masham?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Jagan, would you take your seat up front? Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Thank you all, I appreciate it. Councilor Selly, thank you for the nomination, Mr. Masham, appreciate the second, Bruce, the members of the board working with you. I'm used to addressing this bench as judge, so if I do that.
Is there anything you'd like to say, address the crowd while they're here?
My commitment to the council is to be accessible to them. I will have my personal information, and be able to get a hold of me. So, you know me, know that I'm fair and I follow the law, and I'm committed to do that for them. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
We'll go for the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to accept?
I so move.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes.
Mr. Masham?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Ms. Gilliam?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
President Green?
Yes. I'd like to establish a few new ground rules for everyone. Meetings will be just a little bit different. Starting next month, we're going to have public comment at the beginning of the meeting and not the end. 7 o'clock will be the cutoff. If you're not on the list, you will not be speaking that night. When you come to speak, you will give your name and your address and tell us that when you come forward again at the mic. You'll be given 2 minutes in order to speak. On introduction of ordinances, there will not be comment at the beginning of an introduction. Only when those will be adopted, you're allowed to speak. Comments will be very carefully spoken. We're not going to use foul language. We're not going to heckle other people. We're going to conduct ourselves in a civil manner, in a manner in which you would like to be treated, and this goes for everyone, whether it's my colleagues that are up here or those of you in the audience. We will not put up with language nor attitudes that are incorrect and would cause dissension. We want people to get along. We want people that watch the meetings to see that the people in the city of Muncie care about one another. And I don't care your background, but we're going to control the things that we say and how we say them. I think we should be that way, very civil to one another. These are things that we want to bring about in our meetings. We want to change those things. Yes.
I would just like, I do like the idea of adding civility and a control of language in the meetings, but I just want to go on record as objecting to some of the changes you make in regards to the timing of the public comment and the length of public comment.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I also have questions about the legality of a couple of those, so if we could have our attorney look into that, a couple of those things too.
By all means.
There's not
Yeah.
yeah, I'll look at it. You would, Ms. Gillian, let me know exactly what it is you're objecting to, at some point.
That's okay. I think that, yeah, okay. You can do that off, okay.
That brings us to the first order of business, the appointments to boards and commissions. The Beech Grove Cemetery Board has 2. However, this will be put off till the March meeting. Also, the MITS Board will be put off until June. All the rest of them we will deal with this evening.
Mr. President,
Yes,
I do have a letter of resignation from the Beech Grove Cemetery Board. John Beatty does not wish to be reappointed,
okay.
so that'll make 3 positions.
Thank you. We have the Edit Building Corporation first, and do we have a nomination for that position? There's one opening.
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to, I spoke with Ms. Watasha Barnes Griffith, and she did send me a statement for her wishes to continue, and if I may read, she is in Florida at a conference, work-related conference. She would have loved to have been here, but because of work, she couldn't. So if I may read, just so it goes on the record, just a couple sentences. Ms. Watasha Barnes Griffith said, "I wish to continue serving to uphold the responsibility entrusted to me by the Muncie City Council and to ensure public resources are stewarded with integrity and accountability." Thank you.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none, we'll do roll call.
Ms. Selby,
Watasha Barnes Griffin.
Ms. Powell,
Yes.
Ms. Gilliam,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Dishman,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes. Next commission is the Emergency Communications Board, and we have one opening there.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Harold Mason to be reappointed.
I'll second that.
Okay. Seconded by Councilwoman Powell. Other nominations?
Yes, I would like to nominate Mr. Brandon Garrett.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any others? Seeing and hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Basham,
Garrett.
Mr. Garrett,
Mr. Mason.
Ms. Selby,
Garrett.
Ms. Powell,
Mason.
Mr. Dishman,
Garrett.
Mr. McIntosh,
Mason.
Mr. Mason,
Mason.
Ms. Gilliam,
Mason.
President Green.
Garrett,
5 for Mason, 4 for Garrett.
Ethics Commission. Do we have a nomination?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Frank Scott Jr.
I'll second that.
Any other nominations?
He is currently serving and would like to serve another term.
Okay. Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none, roll call.
Ms. Powell,
Yes.
Ms. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Gilliam,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. Dishman,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes.
9 yes.
Historic Preservation Commission. We have one opening.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Sarah Gillian.
Second it.
Are there other nominations?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Brandon Garrett.
We have a second?
Second.
Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Garrett,
Garrett.
Mr. Dishman,
Garrett.
Ms. Selby,
Garrett.
Ms. Powell,
Gullion.
Mr. McIntosh,
Gullion.
Mr. Basham,
Garrett.
Ms. Gillian,
Gullion.
Mr. Mason,
Gillian.
President Green.
Garrett. Moving on to Metropolitan Planning Commission, we have one opening.
Mr.
Yes.
Mr. President, I would like to nominate Mr. Dishman.
I second that.
Any other nominations?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Nora Powell.
Second.
Second. Any other nominations? Seeing, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Dishman,
Dishman.
Ms. Selby,
Dishman.
Mr. McIntosh,
Powell.
Ms. Powell,
Powell.
Mr. Garrett,
Dishman.
Ms. Gillian,
Powell.
Mr. Basham,
Dishman.
Mr. Mason,
Powell.
President Green.
Dishman.
5 for Dishman.
Muncie Industrial Revolving Loan Fund. Do we have any nominations? We have one opening.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Councilman McIntosh to continue to serve on that board.
I'll
I second that. You can have it.
Mr. Basham.
You take it. Any other nominations? Seeing and hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Selby,
Mr. McIntosh, yes.
Ms. Powell,
Yes.
Ms. Gillian,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes.
9 yes.
Muncie Land Bank, we
Mr.
have 3 openings. Nominations?
Yes. I would, if that's okay with you, can
Yes.
I nominate all 3 positions
Yes,
in one time?
that's fine.
Is that okay with everybody? Okay. I would like to, the council to consider the nomination of Mr. Brad King, Mr. John West, and Mrs. Rebecca Hannah.
Second.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Powell,
Yes.
Mr. Dishman,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Ms. Gillian,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes.
9 yes.
Muncie Fire Merit Commission, we have one opening. Do I have nominations?
Mr. President, I would like to nominate Mr. Kevin Coley. He is on the Fire Merit Commission, and he would like to serve again.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? Seeing, hearing none, roll call.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. Dishman,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Gillian,
Yes.
Ms. Powell,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
President Green.
Yes.
9 yes.
Ready?
Mr. President, can I,
Yes.
anybody that's in the audience that's been nominated and accepting your position, if you could stay afterwards, and if you want to do the oath tonight and the certificate, I'd like to get that taken care of, so you don't have to come back. Thank you.
Brings us to the Muncie Redevelopment Commission. We have 2 openings.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Zane Bishop for one.
I'll second that.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Seth Rawlings.
I'll second
that.
Okay. I'd like to nominate Roger Miller.
Are we nominating both
At the same time?
at the same time? Oh, okay, we can.
We have two openings.
Sure, okay. Yes, got it. Second that.
That's three.
Any other nominations? Yes,
Just for clarification, so when our name is called, we'll give two names?
yes.
Thank you, sir.
Any other nominations?
What's the other nomination?
Seeing and hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Powell,
Bishop and Rawlings?
Ms. Selby,
Bishop and Miller?
Ms. Williams,
Rawlings and Bishop.
Mr. Garrett,
Rawlings and Bishop.
Mr. McIntyre,
Bishop and Rawlings.
Mr. Basham,
Bishop and Miller.
Mr. Dishman,
Bishop and Miller.
Mr. Mason,
Rawlings and Bishop.
President Green.
Miller and Bishop.
Nine for Bishop, 5 for Rawlings, 4 for Miller.
Yes, that's it for the
We're holding off on Metz.
Mets, yes. Mets and Beach Grove will be later. Committee reports. Are there any committee reports to be given this time?
Mr. President, I see the mayor is here, and we've been requested to have an update on any of the negotiations. If you would like just to give an update, Mr. Mayor, would you mind?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Dan Ridenhour, Mayor of Muncie, 300 East McCullough Boulevard. The fire union has accepted their amendment. We do not have that in front of you yet. It didn't get in time for us to get it submitted. And the police union has accepted their agreement. And again, that's still waiting some signatures, but we'll have that probably at next month's agreement. And with AFSCME, we've made an offer. It has not yet been accepted, and so we're still looking for another. That's still in the works. So that's about it. I know that for both fire and police, we had 2 council members attend, and for AFSCME, even though it's not required, we did have a council member attend just to observe. So, but that's where we are. I
Thank
think
you.
reasonably, they're going reasonably well.
Good.
2 of them are done.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mayor. Appreciate it. Okay. There are no ordinances previously introduced, so we'll move on to new ordinances. Ordinance 1-26.
Ordinance 1-26, an ordinance for additional appropriations edit.
I hear a motion to introduce this ordinance.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we introduce ordinance 1-26.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr.
You gonna
Dishman,
let
Is
him
there
talk?
conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Comment?
All right.
Mr. Mayor, would you like to come back up and speak on this?
Thank you.
Good evening again. Dan Ridenhour, Mayor of Muncie. I did mention this earlier, the council member were all here, but not all in the public were here, so let me go through this again. This is a As we had indicated, I got to find the right page here for it. There it is. As we had indicated in the initial press conference and throughout the budget hearings, there was $900,000 saved over the last several years that we're putting into the budget from edit. And in order to do that, we need to appropriate those funds. And so this particular ordinance, which will be on today's agenda for introduction and next month's agenda for final adoption, does have some areas. I attempted to just move $900 to the general fund, and our controller said, no, you can't do it that way. So I picked out some items that I felt were important, that many of you already know about, but Muncie Arts and Culture, we just recently did a memorandum of understanding with them, and we support them. We switched it. Previously, it had been for specific programs, but we switched it to where they can use the money on anything. It can be operational expenses, and that's a real challenge for nonprofits, is having the money available for just operations. Most organizations that donate and support the nonprofits require it be toward various programs. So this allows them to do whatever they want with it. It's a 3-year program for $10,000. I have on here $500,000 for a community center. This is to be somewhere on the southeast side, primarily in the industry and south side neighborhoods, Blaine, southeast, in those areas. We have $500,000 set aside for that particular endeavor. And then I have $65,000 for fireworks. Again, last year I spent a little less than that, but I'm accounting for some inflation. Hopefully it'll be less, but if it's not, then we've got $65,000 appropriated. And just so everyone is aware, that includes both the fireworks at Prairie Creek Reservoir and the ones downtown here in Muncie. That's the total. Because of some challenges, just expenses continue to grow. So the Muncie Mission and I have been in conversations on how do we make sure things operate the way they should, and they are the ones who run, with cooperation from 3 other nonprofit entities, the Hub, which is down on 8th Street, and they've had some funding issues, and so going forward, I'm going to put $125,000 directly into that operation to make sure it runs smoothly. And so that money is in there, and we have that actually going before the Board of Works on Wednesday. Muncie Community Schools, I have supported Muncie Community Schools with the funding of the navigators and the family navigators. Initially, I think I was the main funder of this program, because they didn't have funds at that particular time. They have since not only, they have added family navigators to other schools. Originally they were in Southside, and I think that's what I paid for, but they've added them to other schools. These family navigators help connect families and students with some of the services that they may need, and it's used for paying salaries and benefits and so forth. A very important piece, and I think with the success that we're seeing with Muncie Community Schools, this was well spent money, quite a return on our investment, in my opinion. And then lastly, Watasha and I have been, for several months, she's told me what her plans are, and I wanted to participate, so I am this is not for operation of their funds, their operations this year or any particular year like that. We do help through community development, but this was to help them get started with their capital campaign. So we're putting in $500,000. This is the 4th of 5 installments, so this is another $100,000. When you add those things up, it's $900,000, and so the money that was already appropriated will be going toward the salaries and employees of the Muncie departments. So. I think there was somebody had a question, but I'll ask.
Mr. McIntyre.
Yeah, there we go.
According to my proposed uses of the appropriations, everything looks good. I just curious about right here where it says community center, $500,000. What is the TBD? Is that to be determined?
To be determined. I didn't want to go into a whole lot of details, and you guys have to appropriate it for me to be able to do it. Once we have it done, I had somebody else ask me today. a similar type question on that. Until you guys appropriate it, I'm not going to spend it, but as soon as you do, then we'll get started on that.
Okay, thank you.
Following up on that, so I assume that you'll be working with the committee that was put together for that? Okay, so
Yep.
to decide
We
how
will.
that would be used and,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Any other questions?
Although I have not received the names of who that committee is at this point, so I'm hopeful that, I think some of the neighborhoods, I was told that this was a month ago, I was told that some of the neighborhoods hadn't yet picked who their person was that was going to serve on that.
That's correct.
So I need to know who they are.
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Mr. Dishman,
Yes.
Ms. Golan,
Yes,
Ms. Brown,
Yes.
Ms. Selby,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Basham,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh. I said,
I can only vote once.
President Green.
Yes.
9 yes.
Introduction for ordinance 2-26.
Ordinance 2-26 being a resolution of approval to supplement and amend the text of the City of Muncie subdivision regulations regarding Article 5 improvements and requirements.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move to, I'd like to make a motion to discuss ordinance. Introduce, sorry, 2-26. Thank you.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Do we have someone wishing to speak in clarification of this, please?
Hi, yes. Good evening. My name is Brandy Ingerman. I'm with the Plan Commission, and I'm here tonight for Kylene Swackhammer, our Executive Director, who could not be here. She does have a statement that she wrote that Lacey is helping me pass out right now, and I can read that if the council
Yes,
would.
please.
Thank you. Good evening, council. This proposed amendment began with a request from the Muncie Urban Forestry Committee to revise the Muncie subdivision ordinance to include the requirements that trees are to be planted in new subdivisions in the city of Muncie. The matter was then discussed at the October 2023 Plan Commission meeting, at which time Board Member Commissioner Henry requested, with the support of the board, that the Plan Commission create a focus group to work on the request. A previous Plan Commission employee began work on this, but when the work was halted when the employee resigned. We have since revisited this request to complete the proposed amendment. The focus group formed consisted of Malcolm Carnes, Chair of the Muncie Urban Forestry Committee, Courtney Pruitt with Muncie Sanitary District, the Stormwater Compliance Inspector, Josh Perkins, owner of Plant Studio Landscaping, Justin Curley, the Purdue Extension County Extension Director, Steve Selvey, the previous City Building Commissioner, and Plan Commission staff. Input was also provided by Adam Leach, the city engineer, per Steve Selvey. For reference, the current county subdivision ordinance contains tree requirements as follows. Section 4, natural features. In approving a proposed subdivision plat, the commission shall consider the preservation of existing natural features contributing to the enhancement of a subdivision and its environs, such as natural growth, water courses, falls, beaches, and historic areas. Such features shall be incorporated in the design of the subdivision. Trees shall be preserved and shall be welled against grade changes. The subdivider shall provide at least 2 trees per front yard on the street right-of-way. Such trees shall have a minimum trunk diameter of, of not less than 2 inches, measured 12 inches above ground. The discussion was for the city subdivision to include a similar section as follows. Section 28-31, natural features. In approving a proposed subdivision plat, the commission shall consider the preservation of existing natural features contributing to the enhancement of a subdivision and its environs, such as natural growth, water courses, falls, beaches, and historic areas. Such features shall be incorporated in the design of the subdivision. Trees shall be preserved and shall be welled against grade changes. The subdivider shall provide at least one shade tree per front yard. Corner lots shall provide at least one approved shade tree per street frontage. Such trees shall have a minimum diameter of not less than 2 inches, measured at 48 inches above grade. The highlighted differences resulted from the focus group's discussion and ultimately the Plan Commission's decision, and are based on the following reasonings. Agreement that most of the county subdivision ordinance's language would be appropriate and applicable to the city subdivision ordinance. A bond requirement was not included. Any bond would fall under the mayor's executive decision, so no language was included. Releasing a certificate of occupancy is the decision of the city building commissioner, so no language or restriction on C of Os should be included. No requirement of placement within the right-of-way. Also, no restriction of placement within the right-of-way. The city engineer discourages placement of trees within the right-of-way in certain circumstances to prevent damage to sidewalks, roads, city utilities, etc. All subdivision landscape plans are reviewed by the Plan Commission office where appropriateness can be considered. The proposed amendment was heard by the Metropolitan Plan Commission at their December 4th, 2025 meeting and is being forwarded to you with a vote of 8 yes and 0 no for a favorable recommendation. You have also been provided with the formal request letter from the Urban Forestry Committee dated October 19th, 2023, a letter of support from Adam Breland, PhD, Professor of Geography at Ball State University, dated November 20th, 2025, a letter from Malcolm Carnes, dated December 4th, 2025, that he read at the December 4th Plan Commission meeting, and Chapter 97, the tree ordinance from the Muncie, Indiana Code of Ordinances, submitted to the Plan Commission by Malcolm Carnes. The letter concludes, thank you for your time, and I hope to answer any questions upon my return. Eileen Swackhammer, Director of Plan Commission.
Thank you. Any questions?
Belinda, will these be available online? Will these be added to the record of this ordinance? Thank you. Just make.
Any other questions?
Question.
Yes.
Call for question.
Okay. Roll call.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Gilliland?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Mr. Basham?
Yes.
Mr. Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Nine yeses.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ordinance 3-26.
Ordinance 3-26, an ordinance of the City of Muncie amending Section 32.39 of the City of Muncie Code of Ordinances, prerequisites to action on ordinance, resolution.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance 3-26.
Introduce.
Introduce. Did I
Yes.
say introduce?
You said adopt.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Introduce.
Second, Councilman Powell.
Yes.
Do we have someone to speak as a point of clarity on this?
My name is Alex Kluber, 3908 West Silver Lane, and I just want to say that I support ordinance 3-26. I think it'll bring some clarity, and I think that'll benefit all employees and elected officials in city government, and I think that it's a good standard to set. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Rita Faulkner, and I live in Muncie, Indiana, at 1515 West Bethel Avenue. First, Happy New Year to everyone on the council.
Thank you.
Please ring in the new year by voting for clarity and transparency by supporting Ordinance 3-26. The ordinance would require that all future ordinances and resolutions be filed directly by a councilperson or legal counsel. Your vote would provide the Muncie community with verification that you are taking the right actions to protect yourselves and Munsonians. We're only asking that you help restore public trust in the council and our city government. A vote for Ordinance 326 simply represents a common sense change to the filing procedures. Thank you for your careful and thoughtful attention to this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julian Franklin. I'm a Muncie resident at 614 West Main. My views do not represent those of my employers. I urge the council to support Ordinance 320-26. I believe this will help promote public trust in the council and in our city government. This will also codify a practice that many residents reasonably assume that already exists. I see no reason to vote no if you are in favor of transparency. Please vote in support of 3-26. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ellen Whitehead, and I'm a Muncie resident at 3908 West Silver Lane, and my views do not represent those of my employer. I encourage all council members to vote in support of Ordinance 326. This ordinance represents a common sense adjustment to the requirements for filing ordinances and resolutions. It is a modest and reasonable safeguard that reinforces accountability, protects the integrity of the legislative process, and benefits the council as an institution. Importantly, this change would cost the city and taxpayers nothing while helping strengthen public trust in our local government. Voting in support of this ordinance is a vote for transparency. Based on prior council discussions, I understand that some hesitation may stem from concerns that this proposal could diminish individual council members' responsibility to prepare for meetings. I would respectfully point out that it does not interfere with this responsibility. As you all know, council members review agendas for multiple reasons, including understanding the substance and implications of each item. Clear and transparent filing procedures do not lessen that responsibility, rather they support it by ensuring that items appearing under a council member's name have been knowingly and intentionally authorized. Voting in support of this ordinance is a vote for responsible governance. This ordinance also helps ensure that no council member is publicly associated with legislation they did not knowingly sponsor. Because agendas are released publicly before meetings, misattribution can occur even when a council member has exercised due diligence in preparing for a meeting. By reducing confusion and preventing procedural errors, this ordinance allows council discussions to remain focused on substantive policy issues. Voting in support of this ordinance is a vote for efficiency. I would also note that across multiple council meetings, numerous community members have spoken in support of this ordinance. Voting in support of this ordinance is a vote for listening to your constituents. Ultimately, Ordinance 326 will strengthen transparency within the council and help build public trust in our city government. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Good evening, Cheryl Swingley, 3908 North Vienna Woods Drive. I have a very brief comment. Because there have been issues with how resolutions are introduced for the City Council's consideration, I believe that Ms. Powell's resolution clarifies how this process should be followed. It averts future problems, which I would think you'd want to do, and I hope that you will adopt it. Then I have one other question. Will there be another time to comment about your rules for your meetings? Or may I comment now?
You can comment at the end of the meeting tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mary Moore. I live at 710 West Main here in Muncie, and my thoughts tonight do not reflect my employer. I'm here to urge you to pass 0326 because it strengthens transparency, accountability, and public trust in city government. You know, this ordinance isn't about ideology, it's about process, and it is straightforward and ensures that ordinances and resolutions are filed by informed council members or legal counsel, making both responsibility and accountability front and center. Responsibility and accountability, those are the very values that most of you ran on. I think it's important to note that this council has a track record of voting along party lines. Unfortunately, even on matters that are procedural rather than political, when votes consistently divide the way that way, it creates the impression that decisions here are made more by party loyalty than by the merits of the issue itself, a perception that can easily weaken public confidence in the council's independence. That is why I hope that the council will find inspiration from the events that transpired in December at the Indiana General Assembly. Despite facing strong pressure from party leadership to support a mid-cycle redistricting proposal, many Republican legislators voted no. They did so for a variety of reasons, including a commitment to transparency and fairness. For the first time in a long time, Indiana lawmakers chose institutional responsibility over party pressure. And that example matters here. Ordinance 326 should not be a partisan issue. Transparency is not Democratic value or Republican value. It is a value that Muncie citizens expect from all council members. Voting yes signals that the council values clear procedures, accountability, and public trust, even when doing so means stepping outside of predictable party patterns. So I urge you to pass 326 and demonstrate that this council can act independently, thoughtfully, and in the best interest of the institution and the people it serves. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make this clear that this ordinance is not up for adoption tonight. This is simply introduction. Okay. Some of you in your speech was saying adopt. We're not there to that point yet, okay? I want you to know that.
Melinda Vicinio, Muncie, Indiana. These positions are not those of my employer. I encourage the consideration of this ordinance and want to amplify the sentiments expressed earlier about the bravery and the transparency that the adoption of an ordinance of this kind could represent. I sincerely believe this would protect each and every one of you, and I believe it's an important message to send forward of independence and transparency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tanya Pearson. I live at 1725 South High Street, right around the corner from the Hub and the Muncie Mission. I want to first thank Nora Powell for posting as much as she does on Facebook, keeping the community aware of these ordinances as they're introduced. And I just want to echo everyone else's sentiments and urge you to please vote in support of Ordinance 326, although it's not up for. Please hear me when I say, I hope when it's up for a vote that you will consider voting in support of Ordinance 326. Transparency should be a bipartisan issue. Part of an element of the lack of trust that I think the community, including myself, experiences is in part due to the fact that council members have switched parties partway through their terms, and we need to know, we in the audience know the outcome before an issue is even voted on. So I just, hope that transparency, accountability, that you consider it a bipartisan issue. And please listen to your constituents, work to build the trust that's so severely lacking in Muncie. And if you're looking for an alternative to the two-party system, vote for me for Indiana State Senate District 2020, District 26.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Vitale, 1005 North Bittersweet Lane. When the FBI came to town and arrested folks, there was a lot of talk about transparency and ethics and how we wanted to restore that to City Hall and to Council from some of you. And you were going to come in. This is a new day. This is not the previous administration. You know, we're going to support transparency. Make good on that. Make good on that promise. And I call you to respect us as your constituents. We're the ones who elected you into these positions. We're the ones that you're here to serve. I think sometimes there's an idea that like we're a nuisance or a problem, that we don't want us to talk as much or at different points. And that's heartbreaking. This is our city. This is a place where we should be encouraged, welcomed to give feedback regularly. And you should be soliciting that feedback all across the land. If I asked right now, like I'm raising my hand, how many other people in this room are in support of introducing this ordinance? Raise your hand, people. Yeah, and so I think that like if you took some polls, you would know that the citizens of Muncie want you to introduce and then adopt this ordinance next month. It should be a no-brainer, as it were. So, thank you.
Evening, Council. Cameron Grubbs, 400 West Peachtree. So I was here at the last time that this was introduced, and we'll give some grace, because I feel like we got mired down in some confusion of things, and so that's why it didn't end up passing last time. We got sidetracked. I'll allow for that. Tonight is a do-over. It's a mulligan. You have an opportunity to send this forward, to be able to vote on it, to adopt it next month, and I'd very much appreciate seeing you do that, because anybody that votes against this, as everybody's been saying, is against transparency. And if you know anything about me, and the number of times I've been up here, transparency, information has been something I've been championing for. So I would very much appreciate your support passing this and then adopting it next month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. It's a mulligan. I like that.
My name's Audie Barber. I live at 300 East Main Street, Muncie, Indiana. Some of these rules you guys are trying to make as ordinances, I understand them. I love it 100%. But all that is doing is making rules for you guys to do your job. If you don't do your job, you get this paperwork 2 weeks ahead of time. If you don't take the time and do your job and look at your paperwork, stuff like that's going to pass through, and they're going to say, oh, I didn't know that was that. Do your job. If you don't want to do your job, sign a little piece of paper saying you're going to resign and move on. If it's too much work to do your job on that council, don't be up there. Take the time. We pay you guys. It's not a whole lot, but we still pay you as elected officials to do that work. And if you don't want to do it, you get it 2 weeks ahead of time. If you don't want to do it, resign your position and let somebody get up there that will. Thank you.
Hi, Seth Rawlings, 112 North Council Street. Just echoing the support of everybody else. I think this is pretty much a no-brainer. I'd really appreciate your support on this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call. Oh, you have, go ahead, sir.
I was moved by the audience to express my support for this as well. Seems like a no-brainer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. West.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Mr. Ashton?
Yes.
Sorry.
Did you say my name?
Mr. Green needs to be the last on the list as president, and since we switched presidents, that's why I'm thrown off by the names.
Whether you said it or not, I vote yes.
Thank you. Mr. Mason?
Yes.
President Green?
Yes. Moving on, ordinance 4-26.
Ordinance 4-26, an ordinance fixing the maximum salaries of each and every member of the Muncie Police Department of the City of Muncie, Indiana, for the year 2026.
Mr. President, I make a motion to introduce ordinance 4-26.
You have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Garrett?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If someone wishing to speak, point of clarity on this ordinance, please. Chief Deegan.
Good evening, Council. Chris Deegan, I'm one of the Deputy Police Chiefs for the Muncie Police Department. salary ordinance before you. I know the mayor gave an update on the collective bargaining agreement with city administration and the FOP. They've come to terms of an agreement. I believe you'll see that next month. This is reflective of that, so we're just asking it to be introduced. And yeah, we're excited to be where we're at. If I can provide a staffing update, if the council would entertain me for a minute. We swore in 6 new people today. It's a pretty big deal for us. I'm dealing with a couple of retirement transitions now, so it's not a true growth of 6, but the projection puts us right at about 109, which is what the new contract will call for. 108, 109 is what we're going to. So we're pretty excited about where we're at. The stability and the staffing of the Muncie Police Department comes as a result of the collective effort of you all to pass previous contracts that we've had, the mayor's office, the controller's office. This was a collective effort to get here, not representative of party, but representative of us trying to take care of our public safety officers. So I appreciate it.
Any questions for council?
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes.
We had mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, on introduction, there would not be.
You did that for next meeting.
I did. You have something you'd like to say, stand up. Go ahead.
Audie Barber, 6,000 East Washington Street. With this being introduced tonight, you guys are introducing it only. I understand that, but you have no recollection of what you're introducing. So I would hope that before you vote to introduce this, and don't get me wrong, pay the police officers and the firemen and the city employees the maximum we can afford. But before you guys can vote on this, you need to know what you're voting on. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Gillian?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Radford?
Yes.
Mr. Batchel?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
President Green?
Yes.
9
Ordinance 5-26.
Ordinance 5-26, an ordinance amending Chapter 80, Traffic Schedules of the Muncie Code of Ordinances, Westview Elementary.
Is there someone like to speak?
Mr. President, I make a motion that we introduce 526.
I'll second that.
Now, is there anyone wishing to speak concerning that? Apologize.
Evening, Council. My name is Eric Ambler. I'm the principal at Westview Elementary. Just want to stick with my notes. I'm used to speaking with folks that are about 5 feet tall or shorter, and 12 years and under in my position of leading a building of close to 550 students, of whom we really want to keep safe, which is what this ordinance is going to help support. So other than that, I'll tell you, I've been working with Chief Sloan because my jurisdiction ends at the sidewalk immediately in front of the school to get some ideas and help, along with a couple of you on the council, to get this in motion and moving. I've been working with Chief Sloan, and he's been in touch with several of you up there with regards to parking restrictions and keeping our kids safe during arrival and dismissal times, which are very, very busy times. There are no sidewalks on any of the north-south streets that intersect or are perpendicular, meeting with Gilbert Street, which is the street that our school is on. And we have some procedural things that I've asked families to do. Unfortunately, like I said, my jurisdiction ends at the sidewalk. So what happens is we get folks that park, create bottlenecks. Students are being let out into the flow of traffic, oncoming traffic. I'm wearing a reflective vest on Gilbert, and I have a stop sign. Our children do not on those side streets that are near and around our school. And so I've been almost brushed upon by some vehicles myself with those safety measures. And so what this will do will increase safety for our students during those high traffic times and those high mobile times where our students are pedestrians. We do have a crossing guard, but those are that's our counselor and or our school safety officer on certain days. We do have families that walk to and from that do not drive or get dropped off. And so it's to keep those folks safe as well, because there's lack of sidewalks on those side streets. So during those peak times, that would increase safety, particularly in the morning time. This time of year where we have poor weather conditions, we also have visibility issues when we have rain and whatnot, plus it's very dark in the morning when we open our doors at 7:40 a.m. So just wanted to speak to that, and thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
In school, and it is a problem. Parents are parking in front of people's houses, causing access issues and things like that for those residents. There have been altercations that have nearly turned physical, which is a problem. MPD parking officers are constantly engaged in that area. Kids are being dropped off, as he said, and running across several lanes of traffic to get to the building. That's a problem. We just don't want to see any students get hurt, which is the biggest thing here. But this will solve a lot of issues for us, both with kids' safety and then with enforcement in the area as well. So.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chief, this will protect, of course, the pedestrian safety is number one, but
Right.
this will also provide a way for the residents who are being trapped within their driveways.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be 300 feet north of Gilbert, no parking, both sides on the 4 streets, just directly north of the school,
Okay, yeah.
and then one to the west and south. So, yeah, it'll restrict a lot of that through there, but only certain times throughout the day, 7 to
Right.
9, 2 to 4, which is really the times that we're talking about. Everything else will be.
Follow-up question?
Anyone
In the
else?
event
Question.
that someone is trapped or unable to access their driveway, would they call the non-emergency dispatch number?
Yes,
What would they do?
They can already call us, and we will come out and take care of that issue. Most of the time, we don't run into a lot of resistance there. People understand what the problem is, and it's already
Right.
on the books that you can't block somebody's driveway. So,
Okay.
but this will get signs up in the area, so everybody will be on notice of exactly what is expected.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you, sir.
You're welcome.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Yep, they're coming.
Hi, I'm Stacia Biddings. I live at 212 North Greenbrier Road. I share property line with Westview. My husband and I purchased this home 10 years ago, hoping that our kids would go to Westview because it's a beautiful school. There are 550 to 600 kids packed into this school, and it's the largest elementary in Muncie, and there's nowhere for people to drop their kids off. It ends up being a residential explosion. So getting to and from school, and then I have 3 children. 2 go to Forest Academy and 1 goes to Westview. Just getting out of my driveway in the morning is violent. People refusing to move their vehicles, cursing at me. 2 parents got out of their car because I asked them so I could just pull in my driveway, and they tried to fight me. So, and all 3 of my children had to watch that, and there was nothing that I could do. I can't call the school enough. There's only so many, smoke signals that Principal Ambler can send out. He attaches it every week in the parent newsletter. Please do not block people's driveway. When this couple got violent with me and almost became physical with me, 3 of my neighbors came out to try to de-escalate them because I was standing with my 3 small children there. So my husband was not home. So, and this is really not new. The violence is kind of new, but it's been a problem since we've owned our home because there's nowhere for people to go. They could get in a car line like the other 500 parents, but they wouldn't be able to cut in line and get in front of everyone else who's waited for 30 minutes. So they form the line down Greenbrier and block all of our driveways. And if you ask nicely for them to move, they become unhinged and curse at you and try to fight you. So that's when I sent an email to the police department, the parking enforcement, Ball State. I didn't know what to do because that cannot happen again. It cannot happen again to where someone's like, I have a surprise for you in my car. What do I do with that over a parking spot? So if I can't be safe in my home, I shouldn't have to be forced to sell my home and move my children to another district when I love Westview. It's the only school my daughter has ever went to. I shouldn't have to do that. And say my kids didn't go to that school, I should still be safe in my home, in that neighborhood. There are a lot of walkers. I'm not the only one. So a lot of people walk to school. There's no sidewalk access, all of that. So The car line is a huge problem, and outside of me, there are parents fighting at the stop sign every day because they don't want people cutting in line, so they get really passive aggressive. Those cars scream at each other, flip each other off. I got a surprise for you. We all have the same goal. We're trying to get our kids to school safely. So
Yes.
I really appreciate the attention to this because I can't have my husband come home from work every day early to make sure that I don't get in a fight with a parent just dropping their kid off.
Yeah.
I just want to mind my own business and worry about heart-shaped sandwiches and lunchboxes, not being beat up over my driveway.
Understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm John West. I live at 4101 West University. This is my neighborhood. My son goes to that school. It is a hot mess. Even on the best days, there's parents who like to speed around the rest of traffic. I think that there's a lot that can be done to improve the situation there. I would like to encourage you all to support this ordinance.
Yes.
Um,
Council Selby?
May I make a comment?
Yes.
Of course, I spoke with, everybody in the neighborhood has received a letter of what's going on. I made sure everybody did, so this is, the neighborhood wants this. The school wants it. I just need to add that this ordinance is not going to be the solution. The city, the mayor, in addition to this ordinance, I've been in communication with the city engineer, with the police and public works department, and the leadership at Westview. Together, they're going to evaluate short-term and long-term safety measures of the area to go with what Mr. West was saying. In the near term, the city's planning to trial temporary solutions to determine what works best before making permanent changes. This is beyond this ordinance. These efforts may include added traffic delineators to improve visibility and define travel lanes, traffic calming measures, and temporary speed bumps. And at the same time, this came from the city, that longer-term infrastructure improvements are being explored, such as enhanced striping, improved lighting, and potential pedestrian-focused safety features. And, yeah, that's what I wanted to add to that. So this ordinance is the beginning to make sure that kids are safe and neighbors are safe. But it is a problem that needs major attention. So this is not just the solution. There are other things that the city is working on for Westview.
All right. Chief Sloan, you had
Yes, sorry, I had one other thing. This process normally takes quite a long time to get through. When we are talking about kid safety, I'd love to see if maybe we couldn't speed up this process, maybe suspending the rules and getting this through a little faster, because we've still got to wait on a lot of things. Having it codified takes quite a while. I don't know how long that's taking at about this time, but
Yeah.
a couple months maybe. Yeah, so it would put it off even longer.
Okay.
So just for your consideration,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you. That's a
Thank you.
great point.
Do we have anyone else wishing to speak?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hale. I'm at 1700 West Royal. Thank you for having us. We've tried really hard to be quiet and be on our best behavior. We've gotten back. We have been at Westview for 4 years now. I remember in the first week, walking to pre-K, there was a bottleneck of cars, and they literally were in a wreck right in front of Westview because nobody would give up their spot. And of course, parents got out screaming and cussing. It was your fault. It was your fault. Instead of just being in the line and just doing what they're supposed to do. I have seen a couple more wrecks in our couple years at Westview. I would just say right before Christmas break, we were walking our kiddos home from school, and there's only about 50 feet of sidewalk in front of the school by the neighborhood, and cars were driving on the sidewalk. So we had to walk in the road to get to the neighborhood. So kiddos are trying to get out of school, parents are trying to pick up, and it is kind of dangerous. And we love Westview. Mr. Ambler is very reflective, very big stop sign. He's doing his best, and all the other teachers, they're wonderful. But they can only do so much. So, like I said, we love Westview. We want to be safe, and we just need some help. Need some help doing that. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your comments.
Evening again, Council. Cameron Grubbs. So this is actually my kid went to Westview there for a while, and I'd like to echo what Chief Sloan was saying about trying to get this expedited. But what I actually sitting here thinking about this, and I can guarantee anybody watching this on YouTube right now or afterwards is probably like, well, come out to my school, because I mean I've been out there. My kid went from Westview to Northside, and it's like wrangling cats out there trying to get the parents to follow us like dotted lines, kind of like we can't color inside lines, and we're 30, 40 years old for some reason. So I would like to see if we can't try and expand this, get a partnership between the city and the school corporation to kind of create something that gets our kids to school safely and helps traffic.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. Anyone else?
Can we take a vote?
Yes. Roll call, please.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Ms. Dolly?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
President Green?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. President, I would like to suspend the rules to expedite this ordinance.
A second.
Is that Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Any comments from council?
This is a safety issue.
It
so
is. It's a
important.
safety issue. We dealt with something like this with, I believe, stop signs in that neighborhood.
Speed limits, but
Yes,
yes.
speed limits, yes. And I think it's something we need to do for the safety of these children. I'm glad you brought the kids. I would love to have had their perspective on that, how they felt. I know sometimes children can see things and observe and know more than what the adults give them credit for. So we want to keep them safe, all of them. So as far as suspending the rules, we need a roll call, please.
You can actually do it unanimously. You know, you can all
All in favor? All opposed?
I'd like to do roll call.
Okay, Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Dishman?
Yes.
Ms. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Mr. Ashland?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. President, I
Yes.
would like to make a motion to adopt this ordinance, please.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Bellion?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh?
Yes.
Mr. Ashland?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
President Green?
Yes.
9 yes.
Brings us to other business. Any other business from council? Public comment then.
First person registered was Paul Bardazana.
Well done.
Good evening, everyone. Paul Partizana, 2108 West Godman Avenue. And this wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I just have to say kudos to the council for making the safety of our children paramount. I'm a retired teacher, so good going.
Good for you.
Here's what I'd like to talk about tonight. Borg Warner closed in the year 2009. The building was eventually demolished beginning in 2017. Here we are in 2026. And I asked this at the mayoral candidate forum several years ago, and I'm going to put my question into 3 parts. First, are there any plans for the former Borg Warner site at this time? And number two, what are the obstacles? If it's the vastness of the thing, can we do 1 acre at a time? You know, and number three, how can I and the rest of the citizenry help facilitate this Muncie-Yorktown corridor? Because I think we can all agree there are lots of possibilities and opportunities. And, you know, I hope 2026 is the year that we take a step forward with the Borg Warner site and make it inviting to people going to Yorktown and people coming to Muncie. A win-win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Beth Messner.
Hi, good evening, everyone. When I was here for the December meeting representing the Riverside Normal City Neighborhood Association, we talked a little bit about the status of University Avenue in terms of problems with curbing and also with the painting of center lines before the council had reached a decision about whether or not Ordinance 2925 was going to be approved, which would eradicate parking on University Avenue. At that point, you asked me several questions about that status, and so this afternoon I sent you all an email with photographs, and I wanted to just make sure that I highlighted some of the key points of that so that we all had some clarification. Again, I am here representing Riverside Normal City Neighborhood Association. My comments do not reflect those of my employer. So one of the key concerns that we had was with the lack of curbing on several blocks of University Avenue. The sections of University Avenue that have been totally completed are amazing, wonderful. We are really, really grateful that that work has been done. But we're very confused by why 4 blocks do not yet have curbing and why the city street department decided prior to winter to simply dump dirt in those areas rather than provide some other kind of stable remedy to the weather situation through the winter. So as I mentioned in my email, there are 4 blocks that now basically have no curbs and instead are just mud. So people who are trying to park, particularly on the south side of the street, cannot get out of their vehicles when they have parked without traipsing through mud to get to the sidewalks. We also were concerned about why center lines were painted before any decision had been made about Ordinance 2925. You had asked about measurements, which proved to be far more challenging than I thought it would be because it seems like every block of University Avenue is a slightly different width. So we have everything from a 30-foot width of University Avenue in the block that's next to Wheeling to a 34 to 35 with University Avenue as we move toward the village. But one of the things that's fairly consistent is that the center lines that have been painted do not provide sufficient room for parking on the south side of University Avenue, which is currently legal. Several of the photographs that I've shown you, you can see people shortly after those lines were painted had to swerve around vehicles that were parked, and you can see them tracking the paint across the street as they swerved. It becomes really frightening, particularly in those last couple of blocks between Reserve and Wheeling, where the lanes are far more narrow. And one of the photos shows that there is very little room between that center line and parking in that particular space. So I bring forth this information just to help answer and address some of the concerns and questions that we had at the December meeting. As always, I reiterate that Riverside Normal City Neighborhood is opposed to Ordinance 2925 for the many reasons that we have shared with you over the last several months. So if this ever comes to a vote, is ever removed from the table, we will be back to share more of our thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next person was Mr. Eric Ambler, but he did leave. Followed by Ms. Stacia Bennings, but they both spoke after the ordinance was read, so they're no longer here. Mr. Cameron Grubbs.
Good evening again, Council. So I'll try and make this all quick. I do want to add, though, that making Kilgore Corridor a thing to bring money between Yorktown and Muncie would be great, instead of having it go down to Hamilton and Noblesville and everything. What I wanted to address today is something that I had emailed you about this morning. I've been making posts about it. I have brought it to the attention of the mayor, whether or not he's not here anymore, but whether or not he actually read it or somebody else handled it for him, I can't say. The issue at hand is that last year you passed Resolution 18-25, which portions read, the City of Muncie values the dignity of every person, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, national origin, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, immigration status, or political affiliation. Whereas hateful rhetoric refers to speech that expresses hate or encourages violence towards individuals or groups based on characteristics such as race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or based on affiliation with certain groups or organizations. Later down there, Section 1 says the Common Council affirms that hateful and divisive rhetoric has no place in public leadership and condemns such rhetoric whenever it arises. The Council, Section 2, the Common Council recognizes that acknowledging hateful and divisive rhetoric and behavior is a first step towards healing and unity for our community. Common Council understands that the integrity of public service demands leaders, whether elected or appointed to boards and commissions, serve all citizens, lead beyond partisan lines, and avoid language or actions that degrade or dehumanize. Section 4, the Common Council is committed to condemning hateful speech and setting a civil tone in discourse for the community. Now, I realize that resolutions are not ordinances. Resolutions don't have teeth, but resolutions are there for a purpose, to show where the council stands, where the city stands. And there's a reason why that resolution came forth, right? Somebody said something that ticked a bunch of people off, and people wanted something done. They wanted accountability. So when the communications director for the city refers to people who are trans as pretending by saying that they expect it from the same people that expect the entire dang world to pretend someone with a eggplant emoji is a woman. You don't have to agree with it. I'm not asking her to agree. I don't expect all of you to agree, because I know you don't. The problem is that this is language that is offensive, that is harmful, that hurts the community, regardless of where we stand on agreement. And it shouldn't be said, and I've asked the mayor, I know you can't do anything, I'm not going to ask you to try and remove anybody or to pressure anybody to be removed. I'm simply asking the council here, and I would hope the mayor would join you in condemning it, in doing what your resolution said you would do, condemn it whenever it shows up. And so I would ask the council as one body, but if not, individually, to do so online in press releases, whatever you decide, to say something, to stand up and say something, because this is not right, this is wrong, should not be allowed, and I would at least like an apology from our communications director. I asked for something from the mayor to go into a little bit more depth into the how we are professional when dealing with the public. This doesn't look good on Muncie. We're trying to build community here. We want, how many houses are we building? We want people to come here. We want them to feel welcome. And I know you all know that. I'm not chastising any of you or anything like that. I'm getting a bit, I'm lost the word, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just getting frustrated by it. And so I would like to see something done. And I really would strongly ask that you all just take the time to make that known and stand by your words, stand by Resolution 1825. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments.
I'm trying to steal the stack.
Okay, Mr. Bilbrey.
Okay. I want to read something to you guys. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for the redress of grievances. I'm interested to know which of the 9 of you feel that you're better than, smarter than, more intelligent than Mr. James Madison, who wrote those words in 1789. The Muncie City Council has been operating in the way that it's operated in this meeting and the meeting last month for many, 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 many years. And I would challenge the individual or individuals who have made the rules changes to point to 5 or 6 situations in which the police have had to escort someone out of here, where someone's dropped F-bombs or used real foul, vulgar language. I would really do that. Now, my problem in doing that is you guys don't answer emails as counselors. I'm sure you probably are not going to answer emails as presidents and vice presidents either. So you probably won't do that. I'm heartbroken that people feel that you lord over us, so much so that when they got up tonight, they felt like they had to give their address. I want you, I hope that Mr. Arnold here will take Sarah Gullian's ask there and look into this, look into the public access handbook, okay? The state of Indiana has been very clear. You don't have to allow or offer public comment. It's very clear. You do not have to offer that. But it would be, because we're here and not next month, it would be piss poor of you to not do that. I think it would be very harmful to re-elections for you to not do that. I think it's short-sighted of you to think that someone can come to a meeting and talk about something before the meeting starts. What if someone comes to the meeting and hears something that you guys talk about and wants to address it before the next meeting? I know, Mr. President, that you've been attending county council and county commissioners meetings, getting prepared for this role. The difference there is those meetings are twice a month. You guys meet once a month. So if someone has to sit all the way through the meeting until next month to bring it up, shoot, they might not come back, whatever. I just want you to think about this when you're making these changes. These changes do not benefit you. They do not benefit the city. They do not benefit the citizens. Moreover, and I know I'm out of time, and I'm going to finish up on this. I did not give my address tonight. I will not give my address ever. And I will tell you, people in elected seats, far better and far worse than you, have attempted to violate my rights over the last 15 years, and nobody has ever been able to do that. I will never give you anything more than I am directed to, and you'll have to escort me out of here, and I'll file a lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. You will not violate my First Amendment rights. Hell yeah!
Stephanie Hall. Stephanie Hall. She's not here. Okay. Mr. Chip Taylor.
Good evening. Chip Taylor, 3119 West Petty. I don't have an employer, so I'm only speaking on behalf of myself. I wanted to make a couple, first, Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be a good one.
Happy New Year.
There's a lot of talk about transparency tonight. I want to make some comments along those lines. I promise it's not duplicative. I hope what I'm adding is something original. I've been working in or around local government for almost 40 years. And, transparency in local government has always been important. It's more important now probably than it ever has been because of things that happen in the media environment. You know, there was a time not that long ago, if somebody was interested in what was going on in a city like Muncie, they could keep up on the major things by reading the local newspaper, right? We don't live in that world anymore. You know, sad to say. That would be bad enough. What's filled the gap is social media, right? And you know, one of the things that happened with social media over the years, people that run it figured out they make more money the more people stay on there, right? Look at more posts. Of course, what they found, you know, unfortunately, the way human nature is, what keeps people more engaged on social media is getting mad, right? So they show you things that make you mad. They show you the hottest take they can possibly have on something. Some of the stuff is just false. Some of it intentionally. Some of it just like, you know, misinformed. And so that leads, you know, people have incentives to like just have hot takes and you know, be provocative online, and like it's hard to learn anything useful on there. Of course, those are all big trends. What can a city like Muncie do? Can't fix the whole problem. I'd say one thing to think about is like look for opportunities to put accurate, authoritative, you know, official information out where it's accessible to people. Right? That's just a general rule. I mean, you know, look at that. And so, you know, what's that mean? Here are a few things. One, I think in light of that, like the administration's decision to move the meetings of certain boards and commissions out of this auditorium where they would be streamed, recorded, and archived, out of the auditorium where they won't, I think that's misguided and like a regretful retreat from transparency on the part of the administration. It's my privilege to serve on a board or commission. But again, I'm only speaking for myself. But I think, you know, made several new appointments tonight. I would encourage everybody that, like me, that's serving on a board or commission, think about what information, you know, you've got a page on the city's website. Think about what information is available there for citizens. It's kind of uneven, right? There's at least one you can't even see who serves on the board. Most of them do not show what I think is required by law now, but appointees, like who they're appointed by and when their terms run. You know, not every website shows that. As a result, like even when you look at the ones where they do list the members, you can't be confident that it's correct. And there's one I know is not correct because somebody has resigned as president, but they're still listed as president. The other thing I think for boards and commissions to think about, again, this is uneven, but a lot of them do a good job of putting agendas, you know, before the meeting, minutes afterwards. That's not universal by any stretch of the imagination. And so we have to have an agenda. We have to file the minutes. It's a very small lift to make sure it gets put online. And finally, for the council, I've seen over the last couple of years, like people come in and make presentations about big important things like new fire stations. They do a PowerPoint, you know, presentation. There's a lot of information in there. Now I've seen the minutes do a good job. They intersperse like some of the presentation in with the minutes. It would be real nice. I think a lot of people would be interested in seeing, you know, the PowerPoint slides, be able to kind of look at them, you know, in their own time, look at it. I think it would be within the council's prerogative to ask them to present those ahead of time so they could be in the packet. If that's not practical, at the very least they could be posted afterward. I don't think that's you know, too much for citizens to ask. So I'll wrap it up and just say, you know, I think everyone serving the public here in Muncie in some way, where it's council, the administration, people on boards and commissions, think about opportunities to put this information out there. There are a lot of opportunities. It's not a moonshot project, right? It's pretty low-hanging fruit. Put it out there. There may be some bigger projects that would take, you know, maybe a little more thought to, you know, see if the resources are available. You know, the best time to do the right thing is yesterday. The second best time is today. This is a brand new year, so I would ask everybody to think about that going forward. Thank you and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Mr. Adi Barber.
I haven't been up here for, Audie Barber, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Muncie, Indiana. I haven't been up here for a while because I thought, you know, not a whole lot's going on. It's not too much happening. I was at home watching the council meeting online, and you guys wanted, when I say you guys, I mean the president is wanting to shut the public up. Comments before the meetings, before anything's discussed, is wrong. When you get up here and you're introducing these ordinances and stuff, I've been up here a lot of times in the last 5 or 6 years, that when there is enough people in this room, which is quite a few tonight, because when I first started coming up here, there wasn't that many people here. But now that we've had pretty good meetings and stuff, when them people get up and speak, they've changed some of them members, maybe not you guys, but they have changed votes on that council because they're out here speaking about it, and you're wanting to shut them up, and that is not right. If you can't afford the extra 30 or 40 minutes a night on one night a month, resign. This is crazy. We pay you to come in here one night a month. You do all your other stuff on your own time. We pay you all one night a month here. That's it. $1,400 a month, whatever it is. That's it, plus your insurance. That's it, one night a month. And if you can't afford more than 2 or 2.5 or 3 hours to be in here at this council meeting, put your letter in right here. This man will accept it, more than happily accept it. Because that's what you're doing. You're wanting to limit them to 2 minutes. Most people get up here, are so nervous that they can't even get it out within the first 2 minutes. When I first started coming up here, I couldn't do it. And I still get nervous. And I do it, and I've done it for 5 or 6 years every month. Limited it to 2 minutes. That's not fair. That's not fair, and that will reflect on the next election. And whose ever bullshit idea this is, because I can say it this month, can't next. I don't hardly speak like that up here. I try not to. When I first started coming up here, I was pretty hot-headed. I'm pretty upset tonight because this is crazy. Go back and look at the rest of the meetings I've been in the last 5 years. When I first started out, I was pretty upset like this. I've mellowed out. Now I'm really mad because you're wanting to shut us up, and that is not right. And I guarantee you, you will have to escort me out of here with police officers every time from this point on, because I will be here. Thank you and have a good night, and I hope you get to see Jeopardy.
Anyone else?
Sorry, this is it. Thinking about Jeopardy.
Anyone on the council have anything? You did ask if you could speak at the end. Yes.
May I as well?
We're going to let her right now. Let her speak, please.
Cheryl Swingley, and a suggestion, instead of giving our addresses, maybe we give our township or something. I don't like giving my address personally.
You already did, so.
Yes, I did. I'm concerned about your rules. Did you have any consultation with the other members of the council before you imposed these?
No.
I take it your answer, no answer means no?
This is public comment.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and speak.
No responses, okay. What I would suggest that you do is check out the open meetings law for Indiana, because it does have guidelines on how to conduct meetings. I would also encourage that, and I'm confused, did you say that there will be no comment after resolutions are introduced, or you said passed? So that's a differentiation. So we'll be able to comment when resolutions are introduced, but after you vote on them, there will be no comment.
It's introduction time.
Introduction time, we can speak.
No, introduction, we wouldn't. At the adoption, yes, everyone has that opportunity to speak.
But before you vote on
Yes.
the adoption?
Yes.
Okay, because that wasn't clear to me. Thank you very much for clarifying that. I would also encourage you to give people at least 3 minutes. 2 minutes is not long at all. And even at the state legislature, they give you, I think, 4 or 5. So you might want to reconsider that. Then the other thing is, how are you going to let people know about these rules? Will they be posted somewhere? Because I'll just go ahead and say it. Legally, they have to be posted outside the room. And I would think that there should probably be a resolution. I know that the county commissioners, they have it in a resolution or some sort of guidelines about how you're supposed to conduct yourself. So those are my comments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
When you, can I make a comment when you?
If you'd like to make a comment,
I-
just a moment.
I'll
please.
wait till after Dr. Vitale. I'll wait till after Dr. Vitale.
Thank you. Sarah Vitale, I forgot to say earlier that my views don't reflect my employer. They don't. At least I don't know. I don't think they do. So I appreciate some of what probably went into, well, part of what I want to do right now is ask you, President Green, what motivated these changes. And I think that would be helpful for those of us, citizens of Muncie, to know why you want to make those changes so we understand, and maybe we would agree with you then. Because part of me thinks, I'm a professional. I'm in a lot of annoying meetings. I'm in meetings where, Robert's Rules of Order are kind of used not very well. I'm in meetings where, I don't know, like we're also in meetings that are really long. And so I can understand the desire to make things a little bit more efficient. I appreciate that. But I do agree with Mr. Barber, who says that, this is the one night a month we do it. This is the night of month we get together as citizens of Muncie and, get to talk about the issues of the day. And what Dr. Taylor said about, the material being, shared elsewhere. We don't have a newspaper that does the kind of reporting anymore. This needs to be the space. This is democracy. This is America. And so I welcome you maybe at the beginning, maybe tonight after I speak, or maybe at the beginning of next month, to tell us why we have these rules. And I appreciate what Mrs. Swingley said about publicizing them, because she asked a question about when you can speak about the resolution or an ordinance, and she might not know, and maybe she does, but a lot of people don't know that resolutions are just one council meeting. And ordinances are two, and they have to vote to introduce and then vote to adopt. We don't learn that in civics. And so it would be really cool, in speaking about what Mr. Taylor was saying before, is to tell us that. To tell us that this ordinance is about X, and this is what we're doing right now, so people will know what that means. And I think that would go a long way to, to making people feel pretty heard and welcomed, because I think welcomed is a big part of it. We want to feel like this is our space to be in with you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure. I just have one thing to add. Tonight, so your new rules will prohibit people from speaking at an ordinance introduction, correct?
That's what we
Does
would
that
like to do.
include, does that include department heads?
No, because those are points of clarity.
Points of clarity. But I want to point out that tonight, being able to speak and having the public speak about Councilperson Selby's ordinance facilitated, promoted, and encouraged council to suspend the rules and put those safety measures into place more expeditiously. And so I just hate to limit public input along those ways. I respectfully ask, I respectfully ask for you to reconsider that. I appreciate your call for civility as someone who's been on the receiving end of some of that, but as far as limiting public input, that's one of the reasons we're here. Some of the conversations that we've had previously have been about those very things, limiting this and limiting that, and one of the things that Councilperson Gullion said in January of last year is, I don't want to do anything that would limit the public's ability to have input, even if it means we are on the receiving end of criticism. And so again, I would like to respectfully request that you reconsider that,
Okay.
limiting public input. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? from council? Yes.
Just for some housekeeping, these actually are my employers because they voted for me, but some of them did. From a housekeeping standpoint, whenever you decide what your rules are going to be, we can post them on your section of the website.
Okay.
So it's clear and it's accessible.
Okay, thank you very much. Is it a personal question?
You want to come to the board?
Would come to the podium, please.
I'm just curious as to why we delegate and do all this with resolutions, ordinances, all the policies. How come how we operate here is not something that gets discussed and voted on versus like just, and nothing against you, but just you come in and you say, this is how we're doing it now. I mean, I was just curious as to why we do it that way, is all.
Anyone else?
I make a motion, this meeting adjourned.
Is there a second?
Second. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.